Let's review the In the Courtroom screen. This is the heart of voir dire DIY. This screen is designed to render benefits you've never had with notes on a prospective juror list and questions on a legal pad. Because your eyes are not bound to written notes and to writing notes, you may, for the first time, really see your panelists. Capture their facial expressions when each responds. Watch others' reactions to responses. Become aware of nuances, and note all those things that make the difference in your decision to strike or select individuals. We'll start with the buttons. Now there's a notepad for important notes that come up while you're in the courtroom. You click, type, and save. You'll also be able to view this screen when you are in your View Rank Order screen. There's an undo button, and this will undo your last action. You'll be reminded of the judge's name at a glance. This comes from your case information screen, so be sure you fill that out. On the left, you have the Seat Panel button. Now this brings up the list of potential jurors entered in the data entry screen. If you need to add a new panel member, it's easy. Just click Add and type in a name. You can actually use shorthand and just type in, if their name is Cornelius Zimmerman, you can just type in Zim. Save juror. And there they are. The My Questions button brings up the list of questions that you've already written. And you can always add a question by going to My Questions. You simply type in a keyword and click Add. Now back in the My Questions screen, you've got the Show Greeting button. This shows you the greeting that you added earlier in the program. And the Cluster Questions. This is when you want to ask a group question. And we'll go over that later too. The Score Observation button allows you to fully utilize the power of No Notes by being able to score your visual observations. Now we'll go through an example later. In the real world, your first task upon entering court might be to alter the seating arrangement in your screen. You do that by clicking More Seats. That allows you to change the rows or the columns. In this case, we're going to use a 6x3 arrangement. Now, you may seat the panel. Click on Seat Panel. If you have a large panel, the alphabetized list will break it up into workable chunks. And to display all the panelists, just click All. Remember, you can always add a new panel member by clicking Add. And the way you seat the panel is to choose them and click on a seat. It's as simple as that. Now we will assume a jury of 12 for this example. I went ahead and seated the remainder of the jury. A panelist can easily be moved from one seat to another by clicking on their name and clicking on the new seat. We'll move them right back. Now please keep in mind that the number in the panelist box is the juror number, and it's not the seat number, and that's for your reference. Once the panelists are seated, you will see that the color of the panelist box indicates each person's rank order position in relation to all others on the panel. Green, of course, is the most desirable. These colors will change as each is scored for responses to questions. The score for each panelist is an additive value for responses to your previously identified criteria and the questions that are answered. Now the percentage sign at the top is very important. It indicates the percentage of all very important and crucial items you have entered so far, which has been scored for this particular person in each case. You can see here it's 28% for this person, 100% for this person. This percentage is important because it helps you keep track of the panelists which have not yet been scored on the items which you believe to be most important. Now when you click the blue box, it will show you the unanswered criteria, any alerts that you've put, and it also has a space to type in any reminders you might want for that panelist. Now this file icon is one of the jewels of Voir Dire DIY, and you'll be using it frequently. So keep a good eye on these percentages before you strike a panelist, because it will let you know if you've done a thorough job in your questioning. Now, the plus and minus that you see inside the panelist box is your scoring tool. It's used to indicate whether the response to a question will be helpful or harmful to your case. A minus is also used when you really don't know how to score the response.